still hear it sometimes in the quiet of the rain. Your name. I walked past the corner where we used to stay. The lights were different, but it felt the same. I told myself I wouldn't turn around, but every street still says your name somehow. The evening air was colder than before. I heard you laugh behind a closing door. Maybe it was only wind again, or maybe I still look for what we were then. I try to keep my hands inside my coat, like hiding them could help me let you go. But every little thing I passed kept pulling me back into the past. I said I was moving on, I said I was doing fine, but some memories don't leave, they just learn how to hide. You're still your name inside my heart, still the echo in the dark, still the one I almost call when the quiet starts to fall. You're still your name after goodbye, still the tear I keep inside, even when I say I am okay. You're still your name, still your name, still your name. I don't say it out loud, but it stays. I changed the songs we used to play, deleted pictures from those days, but little things keep bringing back the love I thought I left in the past. I saw your color on a stranger's coat and felt your memory in my throat. How can someone feel so far away and still be close enough to hurt this way? The coffee shop where we used to sit as someone else in our old place. I smiled like I was passing by, but I could barely leave that space. I know we can't go back, I know the ending's clear, but every time the night gets still, you somehow reappear. You're still your name inside my heart, still the echo in the dark, still the one I almost call when the quiet starts to fall. You're still your name after goodbye, still the tear I keep inside, even when I say I am okay. You're still your name. Maybe someday I'll hear it and it won't break me down. Maybe someday your memory won't follow me around. Maybe I'll walk through the city without looking for your face. Maybe I'll learn how to miss you in a softer kind of way. Still your name inside my heart, still the light after the dark, still the love I couldn't save, still the ghost I can't erase. You're still your name after goodbye, still the reason I don't try to pretend I walked away when you're still your name, still your name inside my heart, still the echo in the dark, even after all this time I still keep you where you are. Still your name, still familiar face in a passing train, through the glass in the silver rain. Maybe it was just my tired mind making ghosts out of another night. I took the long way home again, past the place where we used to end. Every road feels familiar now, but none of them can bring you around. The traffic lights were turning blue, I heard a song we used to use. I kept my hands up on the wheel, like driving could change how I feel. We used to be so close, like breathing the same air. Now reach across the silence, but you're not there. I keep moving through the city like I know what I should do, but every road between us still leads me back to you. The distance between us is more than miles tonight. It's every word we swallowed, every tear we hide. The distance between us keeps growing in the dark. You're somewhere in the quiet, I'm still where we fell apart. The distance between us still pulls me like a tide. I keep pretending I'm leaving, but I'm driving through goodbye. Too far, too close, I still feel you where I go. Too far, too close, I still feel you where I go. I keep your number in my phone, like a door I should have closed. I don't call, I don't erase, I just let it hurt in place. You said time would make us kind, but it only drew a line. I can smile in front of everyone, then miss you when the day is done. I passed the bridge we used to cross back when we never counted lost. The river shines beneath the light like nothing changed except my life. We used to know the meaning of every little look. Now I read our final chapter like an unfinished book. I keep moving through the city, but I'm running out of room. Every street becomes a memory, every light becomes you. The distance between us is more than miles tonight. It's every word we swallowed, every tear we hide. The distance between us keeps growing in the dark. You're somewhere in the quiet, I'm still where we fell apart. The distance between us still pulls me like a tide. I keep pretending I'm leaving, but I'm driving through goodbye. Steady drums keep moving, baseline under city lights. No words heard, just the road. If I could cross this silence, would I find you there? Would I meet the version of us that disappeared? Maybe love can linger even when it's gone. Maybe I'm still driving where we don't belong. And if I saw you now, would we talk like strangers do? Would I hide the part of me that still belongs to you? The distance between us feels heavier tonight, like every dream we buried is still asking why. The distance between us won't let me reach your heart. Past the house with the broken gate, the one we said we'd fix someday. The porch light flickered in evening blue, and for a second I was there with you. The trees were older, the street was cold, but every corner kept what we told. All the little dreams we used to keep are sleeping where we used to be. I stood there longer than I should, like staying still could make it good. Like time might turn around for me and bring back who we used to be. Take me back to where we used to be. Before goodbye, I learned how to breathe. Before your hand let go of me, before we lost what we couldn't see. Take me back to who we were before, when love was easy, when we wanted more. Now all I have is a memory of us where we used to be. I heard our song in a crowded room. It sounded different without you. I smiled like I was doing fine, and missed you underneath the lights. The table where we used to sit had someone else's coffee on it. I guess the world keeps moving on, even when your favorite place is gone. The window still reflects the rain, the sidewalk still remembers names, but every step I take alone turns every street into a ghost. I know we can't return to the days we left behind, but some places never change, they just stay inside my mind. I don't wanna live there, I don't wanna stay, but part of me is standing where you walked away. Take me back to where we used to be. Before goodbye, I learned how to breathe. Before your hand let go of me, before we lost what we couldn't see. Take me back to who we were before, when love was easy, when we wanted more. Now all I have is a memory of us where we used to be. I can almost hear your voice saying we'll be alright, like we still had a choice. But the room is quiet now, and the night is moving slow. I'm still standing in the place where we learned to let go. Maybe we were young, maybe we were kind, maybe love was leaving long before we saw the signs. Take me back to where we used to be. Before the silence covered everything, before our hearts became history, before you were a ghost to me. Take me back to who we were before, when we believed there could be more. Now all I have is a memory of us where we used to be. Take me back to where we used to be, not to stay, just once to see the little light we couldn't keep still shining where we used to be. Where we used to be, where we used to be. I'm still holding on to where we used to be. If we were honest, would we still be here? Or would the truth have made you disappear? We learned to smile when something hurt, covered the silence with easy words. You said you're tired, I said me too, but neither one of us told the truth. The room was warm, the lights were low. Your hand was close, but I let go. I watched the moment disappear, like I was brave enough to lose you there. You looked away, I looked down, both of us scared of the sound of all the things we almost knew, but never said out loud. Maybe we were scared of what our hearts would say, so we called it getting older and let love slip away. Maybe we were careful, maybe we were kind, but kindness turned to silence one night at a time. If we were honest, would you have stayed? Would I have told you I was breaking every day? If we were honest, would we still be us? Or were we always falling and calling it love? If we were honest, would it hurt this much? Or did we lose each other by not saying enough? I kept your sweater by the door, like you might need it anymore. You left your coffee cup behind, I left your message in my mind. We could have fought, we could have cried, could have said what burned inside, but we were gentle to the end, too afraid to lose, too late to mend. I still remember how you breathed when you were lying next to me, like even in the quiet dark you were already leaving. Maybe we were lonely, maybe we were proud, maybe love was begging, but we kept the volume down. You almost said you missed me, I almost told the truth, but fear was standing closer than I ever stood to you. If we were honest, would you have stayed? Would I have told you I was breaking every day? If we were honest, will we still be us? Were we always falling and calling it love? If we were honest, would it hurt this much? Or did we lose each other by not saying enough? Soft piano alone, a quiet room, the sound of words we never use. I wish I said I needed you, I wish you said you needed me, but pride became the quiet room where we forgot how to breathe. Now all the words we never gave are louder than the last goodbye. I still hear them in my chest every time I close my eyes. If I could stand there one more time, I wouldn't let the moment pass. I tell you love was still alive before it turned to ash. If we were honest, would you have stayed? Would I have held you instead of watching you walk away? If we were honest, will we still be us? Or were we always breaking and calling it love? If we were honest, would it hurt this much? Or would we still be standing where we almost gave up? If we were honest, if we were honest, maybe we were lonely and calling it love. The rain had stopped, but nothing felt clear. You were standing close, already gone from here. The street was quiet after rain. Your hand was colder than your name. We didn't fight, we didn't cry, we just ran out of reasons why. You Looked at me like you already knew. There was nothing left for us to do. The city lights were burning low on the night we let go. The air between us felt so thin, like any word could break the skin. I tried to breathe, I tried to stay, but you were slowly turning away. I wanted to say stay, but the word got lost somehow. You were standing right beside me, but you felt so far by then. I knew if I reached for you, you would only close your eyes. So I held my empty hands and let the silence decide. On the night we let go, love was standing in the cold. We were holding broken pieces of a story we couldn't hold. On the night we let go, I watched us disappear. You walked away in silence, and I stayed right here. On the night we let go, nothing shattered, nothing broke, but I lost you in the quiet of the words we never spoke. I still remember what you wore, the closing sound of your car door, the way the headlights touched your face before they took you from that place. I told myself I'd be alright, that pain would fade with morning light. But some goodbyes don't leave you slow. Since the night we let go, the jacket that you left behind still hangs like something trapped in time. I moved it twice, then put it back, like I could live inside the past. I thought time would be kind, I thought I'd learn to breathe, but every lonely evening brings you back to me. I don't blame the ending, I don't hate your name, but some doors close softly and still leave so much pain. On the night we let go, love was standing in the cold. We were holding broken pieces of a story we couldn't hold. On the night we let go, I watched us disappear. You walked away in silence, and I stayed right here. On the night we let go, the sky forgot to move, and every light around me looked a little bit like you. If I had one more minute, would I say what I meant? Would I hold you a little longer before the ending came? Or would we still be strangers with our hearts too tired to fight? Will we still have lost forever underneath those city lights? Maybe we were gentle, maybe we were scared, maybe love was leaving long before we knew it then. On the night we let go, I lost more than I knew, not just all our tomorrows, but the part of me with you. On the night we let go, love was standing in the cold, and I'm still holding shadows of the hand I used to hold. On the night we let go, you became a memory, walking down a quiet road, still turning back inside of me. On the night we let go, I watched us disappear. You walked away in silence, and I'm still right here. enough. We were almost something on a Tuesday afternoon, laughing at the wrong time in a half-lit corner room. You had your jacket open, I had my coffee cold. We talked about the future like we had one to hold. You stole the fries off my plate, I rolled my eyes like I didn't care. But I still remember everything, down to the color of the chair. Maybe we were too young, maybe we were scared, maybe all the timing was never really fair. But I still remember the way you looked at me like we were almost love. Almost everything, we were almost love, almost more than friends, almost saying everything before the moment ends. We were almost us, almost close enough, almost had a little forever, but it wasn't love. Almost love, we were almost love, but it wasn't love. Almost love, we were almost us, almost enough. I still hear your laughter in a song I used to play, still take the same road home, though you don't live that way. It doesn't really hurt now, not the way it did before, but sometimes I still wonder what we were waiting for. You almost held my hand once, walking home in summer rain. I almost said don't let go, then laughed it off again. Maybe we were careful, maybe we were blind, maybe we were holding the wrong place, wrong time. But I still remember the light across your face, like we were almost love, in an almost perfect place. We were almost love, almost more than friends, almost saying everything before the moment ends. We were almost us, almost close enough, almost had a little forever, but it wasn't love. Almost love, we were almost love, but it wasn't love. Almost love, we were almost us, almost enough. If I saw you now, would we laugh it away? Would we call it a memory or something we couldn't say? I don't need the answer, I don't need the pain, but there's a little part of me that still says your name, not in a broken way, not like I want you back, just like a song I almost knew, still playing in the back. We were almost love, almost more than friends, almost saying everything before the moment ends. We were almost us, almost close enough, almost had a little forever, but it wasn't love. We were almost love, almost bright enough, almost had the timing right, almost gave it up. We were almost us, almost close enough, almost had a little forever, but it wasn't love. Almost love, we were almost love, and that was enough. Almost love, almost us, almost close enough. Before we became strangers, before we lost our names, before the quiet changed us, before we walked away. couldn't breathe. You wore the faded denim jacket, I had my heart on my sleeve. We didn't know it was ending, we didn't see the signs. We were making little promises like we had endless time. The streetlights flickered over us like some old movie scene. You said the world felt smaller when you were next to me. Now I pass the same old places, but they don't feel the same. Every street keeps asking questions, every light still says your name. I don't wanna call it over, but I know that it is true. I still miss the version of me who was standing there with you. Before we became strangers, we were almost home. Two hearts in the same room, too scared to be alone. Before we became strangers, we had so much to say. Now I see you in my memories and watch you walk away. Before we became strangers, we were young, we were close. Now you're someone I remember more than someone that I know. Before we changed, before the pain, before we lost the us we couldn't save. There was a night in late September, we stayed out past the rain. You said forever sounded simple, I believed you anyway. Now your voice is just a shadow in the songs we used to play. I still know the way you smiled, but I don't know you today. I saw your face across the station, or maybe just a dream. For half a second I was 17 and you were looking back at me. Maybe time was never cruel, maybe we just changed. Maybe love can disappear without someone to blame. I don't hate the way it ended, I just hate the empty space between the people that we are now and the ones we couldn't save. Before we became strangers, we were almost home. Two hearts in the same room, too scared to be alone. Before we became strangers, we had so much to say. Now I see you in my memories and watch you walk away. Before we became strangers, we were young, we were close. Now you're someone I remember more than someone that I know. Open road, indie pop, rock energy, no words, just the memory. If I met you on a sidewalk, would you look me in the eyes? Would we talk about the weather like we didn't lose our lives? I don't hate the way it ended, I just miss the way it felt when you knew me like a heartbeat better than I knew myself. Maybe we were always leaving, maybe we were meant to change, but I still keep the summer before everything felt strange. Before we became strangers, we were young and close, holding on to little moments neither one of stayed in my song. Long after you were gone, I changed the sheets and moved the chair, put all your letters anywhere, but every corner of this room still finds a way to sound like you. I took the photos off the wall, told myself I'd lose it all, but when the quiet comes along, somehow you stayed inside my song. The clock keeps ticking by the door like footsteps on the wooden floor. I know you're not coming back, but the room still plays what we had. I don't say your name out loud, I don't call you when I'm weak, but every melody I write still learns the shape of you and me. I thought the silence would be clean, I thought the night would move along, but every line I try to sing turns into where you belong. You stayed in my song when everything else was gone, and every line I tried to change, your memory still sang along. You stayed in my song like a note I can't move on, even after goodbye came through, the music still remembers you. You stayed, you stayed, you stayed in my song. You stayed long after you were gone. I walked the streets we used to know, the city lights were burning low. I heard a busker play off key, and still it sounded like a memory. I laughed a little, then I cried at how the years can pass us by. I thought the pain would fade before, but it just learned another chord. The record skips where you would smile, I let it play there for a while. Not because I want you back, but I still miss the way we had. I don't keep your sweater now, I don't wait beside the phone, but every time the chorus starts I feel a little less alone. Maybe that's how letting go finds a softer place to stay, not by making love disappear, but letting it change its name. You stayed in my song when everything else was gone, and every line I tried to change, your memory still sang along. You stayed in my song like a note I can't move on, even after goodbye came through, the music still remembers you. You stayed, you stayed, you stayed in my song. You stayed long after you were gone. Won't break my heart. Maybe one day your shadow won't be hiding in the dark, but tonight I keep the feeling. Let it echo, let it stay. If I can't hold you anymore, I'll hold the song we made. And maybe that's not losing, maybe that's just moving on, keeping only the melody after the reason is gone. You stay wrong. In every breath, in every phrase, you found a place where you belong. You stay in my song like a love that still goes on, even after goodbye came through, the music still remembers you. You stayed in my song when everything else was gone. I tried to let the silence in, but it kept singing you again. You stayed, you stayed, you stayed in my song. You stayed, even after goodbye came through, the music still remembers you. When your voice fades, what do I hold? When the sound of you turns cold, I used to know the way you said my name, like a song I never had to play. Now I try to hear it in my mind, but it keeps slipping out of time. I kept your message on my phone, played it when I felt alone. but even voices disappear when you keep them for too many years. The room is quiet after 2. I almost hear a trace of you. Then it breaks before it stays, like smoke between the window shades. I thought remembering you would mean you'd never leave, but memories get quiet when they're all I have to keep. I thought I had your laughter saved somewhere inside, but even that is changing with the years. I try to hide when your voice fades. What am I supposed to hold when the sound of you turns into something cold? When your voice fades, I lose you one more time, like goodbye wasn't enough to take you from my life. When your voice fades, the silence feels too wide. I still know I loved you, but I can't hear why. I still remember what you wore the night you stood outside my door, but I can't hear the way you laughed, and that hurts more than the past. I say I'm fine, I say I've changed, but I still look for you in rain. Every little silence feels like something I can't heal. I found an old note yesterday. Your handwriting looked the same, but paper never sounds like you, no matter how much I wanted to. I thought the pain would soften if I let the years go by, but now I'm scared I'm losing the last part of you and I thought time would be mercy, I thought it would be kind, but it takes away the details. I keep trying to rewind. When your voice fades, what am I supposed to hold when the sound of you turns into something cold? When your voice fades, I lose you one more time, like goodbye wasn't enough to take you from my life. When your voice fades, the silence feels too wide. I still know I loved you, but I can't hear why. Could hear you clearly just once before it's gone, would I find the girl I used to be still waiting in that song? Maybe letting go is not a single day. Maybe it's forgetting how you used to say my name in the morning, my name in the dark, my name like it mattered before we fell apart. When your voice fades, I stand in the quiet room, trying to remember the sound that felt like home. When your voice fades, I lose you one more time, not all at once, but slowly, like the ending of a lie. When your voice fades, there's nothing left to do but love the fading echo that still sounds like you. When your voice fades, the silence stays behind, and I keep holding nothing like it's still yours and mine. When your voice fades, when your voice fades, I still hear the silence that you left in me. When your voice fades, when your voice fades, I loved you in a voice I'm forgetting heap. A little too late, a little too late. I kept it all inside, a little too late. I saw your message from a year ago, buried in a phone I never scroll. You said, are you still awake tonight? I never answered, I don't know why. I was scared of saying something real, scared of what my heart might feel. Now the words I should have found are the ones that follow me around. I passed your street at 9:30. The lights were on, but you weren't mine. Funny how a simple place can make the past feel wide awake. I thought I had forever, I thought we had more time, but love can leave so quietly while you're making up your mind. I kept waiting for a perfect line, waiting for the perfect day. Now the only thing I know is I waited it away. I'm a little too late to say I miss you now, a little too late to turn this thing around. I kept my heart so safe, I let you walk away. Now every word I never said is a little too late, a little too late to call you mine again, a little too late to ask where we began. I had you in my hands and let the moment break. Now everything I almost said is a little too late, too late, too late. I hear it every night, too late, too late. I almost got it right. I heard you moved across the city line, found someone who holds you right. I smiled like I was glad for you, but it hurt more than I wanted it to. I kept the jacket that you used to wear, still smells like winter, still feels unfair. Funny how the smallest things can carry all the pain love brings. I tell my friends I'm doing fine, I keep my voice steady every time, but when the room goes quiet again, I say the words I should have said then. I thought I was protecting the pieces of my pride, but all I really did was lose you one silence at a time. I kept waiting for a better chance, waiting for the fear to fade. Now I'm standing with the truth at a door that closed too late. I'm a little too late to say I miss you now, a little too late to turn this thing around. I kept my heart so safe, I let you walk away. Now every word I never said is a little too late, a little too late to call you mine again, a little too late to ask where we began. I had you in my hands and let the moment break. Now everything I almost said is a little too late. If I called you tonight, would you even pick up? Would your voice still break me? Would my sorry be enough? Maybe you're happy, maybe I should let it be, but the part of me that loved you is still waiting here with me. I don't wanna ruin your life, I don't wanna pull you back. I just hate that I was quiet when I had the chance. I'm a little too late to say I loved you then, a little too late to be more than what we've been. I kept my heart so safe, I lost you anyway. Now every dream I almost had is a little too late, a little too late to say I need you now, a little too late to turn this thing around. Every word I never said, every chance I let escape, every almost, every maybe is a little too late, a little too late, a little too late, a little too late, too late. Every word I never said is a little too late, a little too late, a little too late. I almost got it right. a little too late. The street we knew still remembers me and you. The street we knew still feels like something true. I walked down the street we knew with the same old sky above. The little lights were coming on like they still remembered us. The corner shop had changed its name, but the windows looked the same. I almost turned to tell you that, then remembered you were gone. A bicycle passed by too fast, the evening folded into glass. I heard you laugh inside my head like something that the city kept. Funny how a place can keep the parts of us we lose. Every step still takes me back to the girl I was with you. I don't know why I come here, I don't know what I need. Maybe I just miss the version of myself you used to see. On the street we knew, I can still see me and you, laughing like the world was small, like we could never lose it all. On the street we knew, every shadow feels like proof that once we were something true. I still miss us on the street we knew. The street we knew, I still walk through. The street we knew still feels like me and you. There's a bench beneath the trees where you used to wait for me. I sat there for a minute now, just to feel what used to be. Someone played a song nearby, the one we loved in July. I smiled until the chorus came, then I had to close my eyes. The crosswalk blinked, the buses sighed, the city kept on passing by, but I was stuck between two lights. One was now and one was mine. I don't wanna go back there, but I don't know how to leave. Some roads don't take you home, they just teach you how to grieve. I keep saying I'm alright, like the past is passing too, but every turn, every sign still carries me to you. On the street we knew, I can still see me and you, laughing like the world was small, like we could never lose it all. On the street we knew, every shadow feels like proof that once we were something true. I still miss us on the street we knew. Street lights moving slowly. If you came around the corner, would we know what we should say? Would we talk about the weather or the way we walked away? Maybe love is just a city full of places we outgrow, but I keep walking through the memories I should have let go. I don't need to find you there, I don't need to call your name, but some streets keep holding feelings that we never could explain. On the street we knew, I can still see me and you, before the silence took our hands, before goodbye became the truth. On the street we knew, every light still turns to blue. I don't know who I am now, without the us I had with you. On the street we knew, I keep passing through, like somewhere in the evening air, there's still a trace of me and you. The street we knew, the street we knew, I still miss us. On the street we knew, the street we knew, I keep walking home through the street we knew. almost know I still look for you. I see a jacket in a crowded place, turn my head before I see the face. It's never you, but for a second there my heart forgets you're nowhere near. I hear a laugh across the avenue, and somehow it sounds a little just like you. I tell myself I'm doing fine, then lose you one more time. The train door opens, people move, I search the space they're walking through, like maybe all this time apart was just a trick, my lonely heart. I know that we are over, I know you're not coming back, but some habits stay forever, even after love has passed. I don't mean to wait now, I don't mean to hold on, but missing you became a place I've been living in too long. I still look for you in every room I walk into, in every stranger passing by, in every light beneath the sky. I still look for you, though I know it isn't true, that one day you'll turn around and I'll be found by you. I still look, I still look, I still look for you. I still look, even when I don't want to. I keep my eyes on subway doors, like you might step in light before the city moves, the evening falls. I search for you in all of it all. I change my food, I change my song, I change the way I carry on, but every road I try to take still leads me to your name. I saw two hands that almost fit, like ours once did before we quit. I looked away but not in time, the memory had already climbed. I don't wanna need this, I don't want the ache, but every almost sighting is another little break. I keep saying I am better, like the words can make it true, but my eyes don't know the ending, they keep looking out for you. I still look for you in every room I walk into, in every stranger passing by, in every light beneath the sky. I still look for you, though I know it isn't true, that one day you'll turn around and I'll be found by you. Maybe one day I won't notice every shadow, every sound. Maybe one day I'll stop hoping you are somewhere in this town. But tonight the street is glowing and the rain is coming through. I don't know how to stop myself from looking out for you. Maybe I don't want you back, maybe I just miss the view of who I was when I believed that I was loved by you. I still look for you in every place we never knew, in every corner, every sign, in every almost every lie. I still look for you, even when I don't want to, even when my heart knows how to live without you. Now I still look for you in every room I walk into, and though I know you're gone for good, I still look for you. Still look for you. I still look for you in every face I almost know. I still look for you. I still look for you, even when I know I won't find you. In another season, under another sky, maybe you'd still be with me, maybe you'd still be mine. I found your scarf in the back of a drawer, it smelled like winter from the year before. I held it close for a little while, then laughed at how it made me cry. The leaves are turning on our old street, the air feels colder than it used to be. I tell myself that time has changed, but some things stay the same. The window fogs from the evening cold, I write your name then let it go. It fades before I say a word, like every goodbye I never heard. doesn't disappear, just changes with the light. Maybe I still keep you here in the quiet parts of night. Maybe we were almost right, maybe we were almost there, but almost isn't enough. When love runs out of air in another season, maybe we'd be fine. Maybe we'd learn how to stay instead of saying goodbye. In another season, under a different sky, maybe you'd still be with me, and I'd still call you mine. In another season where the timing wasn't wrong, maybe love would have stayed a little longer than a song. In another season, in another season, maybe somewhere, somehow, we still have a reason. Spring came softly through the window glass, but it couldn't bring the old us back. Summer passed with a golden glow, still I carried what I couldn't show. Every month had a trace of you, in the rain, in the sun, in the evening blue. I kept waiting for the ache to leave, but it kept blooming inside of me. I watched the seasons change their names, but my heart kept doing the same, turning back to where we were, like time was something I could reverse. Maybe hearts are just like weather, changing slowly, changing late. Maybe we were meant to love, but never meant to stay. Maybe I was too afraid, maybe you were tired too. Maybe all the things we lost, we're trying to tell the truth. In another season, maybe we'd be fine. Maybe we'd learn how to stay instead of saying goodbye. In another season, under a different sky, maybe you'd still be with me, and I'd still call you mine. In another season where the timing wasn't wrong, maybe love would have stayed a little longer than a song. If I met you in the springtime, would we start again? Would the flowers make us softer? Would we choose a different end? If I held you in the winter, would you still let go? Or would we find a warmer way through the falling snow? I know the answer doesn't matter. I know we can't go back, but some questions stay forever in the spaces love has left. In another season, maybe we'd survive. Maybe we'd hold on tighter. Maybe love would still be alive. In another season, I could see your face, not as someone I have lost, but someone time could not erase. In another season, under a kinder sky, maybe you'd still be with me, and I'd still call you mine. In another season where the timing wasn't wrong, maybe love would have stayed a little longer than a song. In another season, in another season, maybe somewhere, somehow, you are still mine. In another season, in another season, maybe somewhere, somehow, we were alright. The words we never said still echo in my head. The words we never said are louder than goodbye. We sat in silence by the window, watching rain run down the glass. You were looking at the street lights. I was living in the past. There were so many things between us, hanging heavy in the room, but we smiled like it was nothing, like the end was coming soon. Your fingers moved across the table, like you almost reached for me. I pretended not to notice what I was too afraid to see. I almost said I need you, you almost asked me to stay, but pride was sitting with us, and it took the words away. Maybe we were tired, maybe we were scared, maybe love was right there, but neither of us dared. The words we never said are louder than goodbye. They echo in the quiet every lonely night. The words we never said still live inside my chest. I lost you in the silence, and I've regretted it since. The words we never said keep calling out your name. I thought holding back would save us, but it only brought the pain. Never said all the things we never said, never said. They still live inside my head. I remember how you held me, like you knew we wouldn't last. Every heartbeat felt like leaving, every second moved too fast. I kept waiting for a reason, you kept waiting for a sign. Maybe love was right before us, but we ran out of time. The night was soft, the room was fading, your eyes were somewhere far from mine. I wanted to break through the quiet, but I kept standing behind the line. You almost said you missed me, I almost told the truth, but fear was standing closer than I ever stood to you. Maybe we were careful, maybe we were kind, but silence has a cruel way of leaving love behind. The words we never said are louder than goodbye. They echo in the quiet every lonely night. The words we never said still live inside my chest. I lost you in the silence, and I regretted it since. The words we never said keep calling out your name. I thought holding back would save us, but it only brought the pain. The room we never left. If I could go back to that evening, I would break before I'd hide. I would tell you I was scared to lose you, not pretend I was fine. Maybe you would turn around, maybe I would hold your hand, maybe we would find a way to say what we both had. But all the almost moments are ghosts I can't forget, and every quiet ending starts with words we never said. The words we never said are breaking through the years. They find me in the dark and turn into tears. The words we never said still call out your name. I thought silence would protect us, I've regretted it since. The words we never said are louder than goodbye. They echo in the quiet every lonely night. The words we never said, words we never said. I lost you in the silence, and I still hear them again. Not the same, not the same. Everything moves, but nothing feels the same. The morning comes through the window like it always used to do. Coffee tastes a little colder since I stopped waking up with you. The same old songs are playing on the radio downstairs, but every note feels different now, like something's missing there. I still leave space beside me when I sit down on the train. I still turn around too quickly when someone says your name. I thought the world would break when you walked away, but it kept moving on in the cruelest way. I go through all the motions, I say the things I should, but being fine without you doesn't feel as good. It's not the same without you, even when the sun comes through, even when I laugh out loud in the middle of a crowded room. It's not the same without you, no matter what I try to do. Everything I used to love doesn't feel the way it used to. It's not the same without you, though I'm learning how to stand. I still reach for your shadow like it's something I can hold in my hand. Not the same, not the same. I keep going, but it's not the same. I still take the long way home, past the places we both knew. The city hasn't changed at all, but it feels like it lost you too. I tell my friends I'm getting better, and sometimes I believe it's true. Then the night gets quiet again, and I remember you. The little store beside the corner still keeps the lights on late. I walked inside and bought nothing just to stand there in that place. I thought the time would help, I thought the hurt would fade, but some kind of emptiness just learns how to stay. I don't fall apart now, not like I used to do, but staying in one piece still feels different without you. It's not the same without you, even when the sun comes through, even when I laugh out loud in the middle of a crowded room. It's not the same without you, no matter what I try to do. Everything I used to love doesn't feel the way it used to. It's not the same without you, though I'm learning how to stand. I still reach for your shadow like it's something I can hold in my hand. Maybe one day I'll stop comparing every little thing to us. Maybe one day this apartment won't feel like something we lost. Maybe I'll find a new way to walk into the light without wishing you were with me on the other side. But tonight the lights are glowing and the streets are turning blue. I'm still here trying to live in a world without you. It's not the same without you, even when the sky is clear, even when the days go by and everyone says you'll disappear. It's not the same without you. I keep trying to make it through, but every road, every song, every room still leads me back to you. without you. Not the same, not the same. I keep going, but it's not the same. When we were us, when we were us, I still remember when we were us. I found a photo in an old blue box. You were laughing like the world had stopped. My hair was messy, your eyes were bright. We looked so sure under summer light. I almost smiled before it hurt, like touching fire through an old t-shirt. How can a moment feel so close when the person in it feels like a ghost? We had our names carved into time, on ticket stubs and yellow lines. I didn't know those little days would be the ones I couldn't change. I don't wanna go back, but I miss who we were before love became a lesson, before goodbye learned to hurt. I don't hate the ending, I just hate how it changed. Two hearts that knew each other into strangers with names. When we were us, the sky felt wide enough. Every little dream we had was something we could trust. When we were us, love didn't feel this tough. Now I hold the memory of when we were us. When we were us, we were reckless, we were young. I still miss the feeling of being someone you loved. Oh, when we were us, when we were us, I still miss when we were us. We used to dance in the kitchen light, burning dinner on a Friday night. You made fun of the songs I played, then sang along with me anyway. Now the room is clean and still, no laughter running down the hall. I never thought the quiet here could sound so much like losing all. I passed the part where we used to lie, counting planes across the sky. I didn't stop, but in my chest I felt the old days holding breath. I don't need to fix it, I don't need to call, but some part of me still misses the before of it all. I don't hate the distance, I just hate the way a love that felt like home once became a place I couldn't stay. When we were us, the sky felt wide enough. Every little dream we had was something we could trust. When we were us, love didn't feel this tough. Now I hold the memory of when we were us. When we were us, we were reckless, we were young. I still miss the feeling of being someone you love. If you think of me sometimes, do you see the good parts too? Not the breaking, not the silence, just the way I looked at you. I know we can't return there, I know the past is dust, but some part of me is living back when we were us. Maybe that's the hardest thing, not losing what we had, but knowing we were beautiful before we broke like that. When we were us, we were young, we were enough, before the walls came closing in, before we gave it up. When we were us, I believed in every touch. Now I miss the version of me who knew how to love. When we were us, the sky felt wide enough. Every little dream we had was something we could trust. When we were us, love didn't feel this tough. Now I hold the memory of when we were us. When we were us, when we were us, I still miss the feeling of when The light you left behind still finds me every night. The light you left behind still looks a little like you. The room still catches morning gold across the chair you used to hold. I watch the dust move through the air like little pieces of you there. I turn the pictures to the wall, but shadows still remember all. The way you laughed, the way you stayed, the way you slowly slipped away. The curtains move like they still know the shape of you from years ago. And every quiet afternoon still makes a little space for you. I thought goodbye would make it dark, I thought the night would cover you. But even after all this time, some part of you still shines through. I try to close the windows, I try to change the room, but light keeps finding places that still belong to you. The light you left behind still finds me every night, in every corner of this room, in every dream I almost lose. The light you left behind won't let me say goodbye. Even when the love is gone, it still keeps glowing on. The light you left behind is softer than before, but somehow it still reaches me, like you're standing at the door. Still glowing on, still glowing on. The light you left behind, still glowing on. I kept your note beside my bed, read every word you never said. The ink has faded into blue, but I still know the shape of you. The city turns its windows bright, I walk alone beneath the lights, and every glow across the street looks like the way you looked at me. I tell myself I'm moving through the world that kept no room for you, but every evening soft and slow turns into somewhere we used to know. I thought that I would lose you all when I learned how to let go, but some loves leave a quiet flame that never really stops its glow. Maybe this is healing, maybe this is pain, maybe both can live inside the light that still remains. The light you left behind still finds me every night, in every corner of this room, in every dream I almost lose. The light you left behind won't let me say goodbye. Even when the love is gone, it still keeps glowing on. The light you left behind is softer than before, but somehow it still reaches me, like you're standing at the door. Should close the curtains, maybe I should turn away, but I'm scared if I lose the light, I'll lose the last of yesterday. So I let it fall around me, soft enough to make me cry. You're not here, but somehow you still brighten up the sky. I don't wanna live in memories, I don't wanna stay behind, but I can't hate the little glow you left inside my. To bring you back, but enough to make me ask why. The light you left behind still burns inside love you. If I could call you, if I could call you, I keep staring at your name, but I never call you. I still know your number by heart, even after all this time apart. My thumb keeps hovering over your name, like one touch could undo the pain. The city's quiet after midnight, my room is glowing in the phone light. I tell myself to let it be, but silence keeps on calling me. I type hello, then erase the line, like I've done 100 times. The screen goes dark, I see my face, still waiting in the same old place. I know you're not waiting, I know we're not the same, but some nights I get lost just looking at your name. I don't wanna break the quiet, I don't wanna cross that line, but my heart keeps asking questions I can't answer tonight. If I could call you, would you pick up tonight? Would your voice still break me? Would you ask if I'm alright? If I could call you, I'd say I miss your face, but the words would fall apart before they found their place. If I could call you, would it hurt less or more? Would I find the girl I was before you closed the door? If I could call you, if I could call you, I keep staring at your name, but I never call you. I wrote a message I once sent, deleted every line again. How have you been? Sounds far too small for everything I lost at all. I wonder if your evenings changed, if you still laugh the same old way, if someone else now gets to hear the voice I'm trying to forget here. The clock keeps moving past 2 a.m. I almost lose myself again. One more breath, one more almost, one more conversation with your ghost. I don't wanna ruin the peace you might have found, so I hold the ringing inside without a sound. I don't need an answer, I don't need a sign, but I wish I could hear you just one more time. If I could call you, would you pick up tonight? Would your voice still break me? Would you ask if I'm alright? If I could call you, I'd say I miss your face, but the words would fall apart before they found their place. If I could call you, would it hurt less or more? Would I find the girl I was before you closed the door? Maybe I just missed the version of myself who had you close. Maybe I'm not really calling for the love we lost the most. Maybe all I need is one goodbye that doesn't feel so cold, but I can't make your number feel like home. I know I should leave it, I know I should sleep, but some names stay glowing in places too deep. If I could call you, I'd tell the truth this time, that I still keep your memory in the quiet of my mind. If I could call you, I'd try to let you go, but I know I hear your voice and want you even more. If I could call you, would you pick up tonight? Or would I lose you all over again on the other side? If I could call you, I'd say I'm doing fine, then break before the silence could carry the light. If I could call you, if I could call you, I keep staring at your name, but I never call you. If I could call you, if I could call fingers in my hand, but I never call you. A love that didn't stay, a love that slipped away. Still I wouldn't change the way we loved that day. We were a fire in a small town rain, burning bright then fading away. I thought the light would never change, but even stars can lose their flame. You held my hand like you believed there was a future we could keep. But somewhere between the nights and days, we became a love that didn't stay. I used to blame the quiet room, the empty chair, the missing you. But now I see it differently. Some love leaves and still sets you free. I don't blame you for leaving, I don't hate how it ends. Some hearts are only meant to meet, not learn how to begin again. Maybe we were beautiful because we couldn't last. Maybe some forever things are only made of past. We were a love that didn't stay, a little dream that slipped away, a song we almost learned to play before the silence took its place. We were a love that didn't last, a golden hour fading fast. But even though we lost our way, I'm glad we loved that way. A love that didn't stay, a love that didn't stay. You were never mine forever, but I loved you anyway. I packed your sweater in a box with all the words we never got. The photograph from late July still makes me stop and wonder why I don't cry the way I used to do, but some days still belong to you. I smile at what we couldn't save and miss the love that didn't stay. The coffee shop, the evening train, the little jokes, the summer rain, they don't hurt the way they did. They're just places where we lived. Maybe time won't erase it, maybe that's not what it's for. Maybe love can leave a room and still be something more. I don't need to call you, I don't need to know if you still think about me when the streetlights glow. We were a love that didn't stay, a little dream that slipped away, a song we almost learned to play before the silence took its place. We were a love that didn't last, a golden hour fading fast. But even though we lost our way, I'm glad we loved that way. If I see you years from now with a different kind of smile, I hope my heart remembers how to let you pass me by. Not every love is forever, not every end is wrong. Some people leave you broken, then teach you to be strong. And if the story had to close, if that was all we had to be, I'll keep the better parts of us and let the rest go quietly. We were a love that didn't stay, but I won't call it a mistake. You were the rain, you were the light, you were the reason I survived. We were a love that didn't last, a beautiful and painful past. But even though we lost our way, I'm glad we loved that way. We were a love that didn't stay, a little dream that slipped away. And if I had to choose again, I'd love you anyway. A love that didn't stay, a love that didn't stay. You were never mine forever, but I loved you anyway. A love that didn't stay, a love that slipped away. Still I wouldn't change the way we loved that day.